Most of the students and early professionals choose their industries basis the degrees or the specializations they held in their degrees. While that seems to be a fine criteria, but it gives you a very limited scope. If you attach your specializations to your ego, you will fail to see the real picture, the bigger picture of the industry, of the IT market, and your career growth will be at the mercy of the industry that you choose. If that industry fails, your career will collapse if you don't choose your industry wisely. For example, telecom. There was a time 10-12 years back when this industry was really thriving, and electronics graduates really aspire to join this industry to see their career grow. But that is not the case now. It's totally opposite. It is such a concentrated and niche industry that there are only handful of players in Indian market, and if you get stuck being specialized in this niche industry, your career will be at the mercy of 3-4 companies which are doing okay in the market, and you'll only have options to switch job from one company to maybe 3-4 companies, and you will see same people, same names everywhere. Such a small world it will be for you that if your manager happens to switch to a company which you were aiming for, then forget it. So I'm sure you guys don't want to land into such a situation where you have option to switch to in just 3-4 companies. So there is a much better way to choose industry to then just following the fancy stories or the stories you heard from your neighbor or neighbor's friend or your cousin's friend. So in this video you will, number one, learn how to choose an industry wisely. Number two, I'll tell you the name of companies who are relevant to electronics graduates, because I get so many messages from electronics graduates asking what industry they can choose in, or I should help them get a job into telecom or semiconductor industry, because that's the only two industry they can think of. I felt sad looking at their limited perception and the knowledge they have, so I decided to share the names of many other companies who can provide great jobs to electronics graduates. So stay tuned, I'll be sharing the list of those companies towards the end. Welcome to Corporate Diaries. Welcome back, guys. So let's see how you can choose your industry wisely and how it can impact your career growth and future prospects. The number one way to choose your industry is basis your interest. No matter which specialization you are, whether you are electronics graduate, you are computer science graduate, or whatever graduate, the most successful way to choose your industry is basis your interest, your genuine interest. It can change the game for you. Even if you don't like your job profile, say for example you never wanted to be a software developer, but somehow due to the situations you happen to be a software developer, choose an industry of your interest to be a software developer in that. It will change the game for you. You will fall in love with your job all over again. For example, say you are a sports enthusiast, you love everything about sports, you know their history, geography and everything. Now choose the industry of sports industry. Be in a company which is related to sports, which generate products related to sports or who has services related to sports. What happens is when you join such an industry and when you work there, no matter which profile, say for example you are a software developer, it will be so easy for you to understand the context. You will be able to pick on the nerve of the customer. You will be able to suggest real-time solutions to the management or your manager or to your team. You will know what kind of app will help the end consumer, because you are a passionate end consumer about that industry, about that brand. So you will be able to solve real problems. You will be able to suggest solutions. You will be able to suggest some feature which they can add in their software which they have given as a services to the end users or on the website, because you know that feature will help the end consumer, because you have been that end consumer because of the interest you have in the industry. You know it all and you have real-time solutions which will help in generating more sales, or at least giving a kick, a fresh perspective to the sales point of view, or something in real, a solution. You will be a real problem solver if you choose the industry of your interest. Another example can be for a person writing code for a e-commerce website can be much more interesting than writing code for a stock market or a bank software product. Hope you're getting what I'm trying to say. It's not only about the visual context, like some people might think, oh, e-commerce website has some visual context to it, so it's kind of interesting. It's not about that. If somebody is genuinely interested, they will know what more enhancements or features or something which can be added to the website which will bring value, and these are the solutions which, when suggested, gets you the promotion, gets you the career growth. So choosing industry is very, very important, especially if you are in a profile which you are not very enthusiastic about. So make sure that you choose industry at least as per your choice. It can change the game for you. Now, second important factor while choosing an industry is the niche factor of it. If your job profile is niche, means it is there are very less people who do that kind of job. If your job profile is very niche, never choose a niche industry, because that will make your job profile really, really specialized and niche. And if that thing, that job role or that industry doesn't fly, doesn't see a good tomorrow, then your future will be in dark. So make sure if your job profile is niche, you choose an industry which is like there are 100 companies out there in that particular industry, for example software industry or IT industry. If your job profile is not so niche, very generic, say Java developer, then you might choose any industry, maybe a niche industry as well. It doesn't matter, because Java developers are required everywhere. It doesn't matter which industry you join. So you have to be careful choosing the right combination. So don't get stuck into being a super specialized person. Now, there is one great thing about being super specialized or choosing the niche combination. You get paid very high because you are a specialized person in a very specialized industry. So you will get paid very high for sure. So take that risk only when you know that you want to see yourself only in that kind of role and you are obsessed with it, and there is no chance you can do any other job. Only take that risk then. Otherwise, stay away from it. So okay, now in this part of the video, I want to talk about electronics graduates in particular, because I receive so many messages from electronics graduate seeking guidance. Some want to switch to IT, some want to be there into telecom or semiconductor industry. So for all those guys, number one thing is your specialization is not everything. It's not going to decide your destiny, okay? Electronic specialization is such a overrated specialization. I'm sorry to say that. I remember when I was doing BTech, there were parents who made their kids drop 1 year just to choose electronic specialization because they could not score well in their entrance exam, and then finally they couldn't land into electronic specialization in their favorite college during counseling days. So back then I also felt little sad that I couldn't get into electronics, and then I had to manage with computer science. But today I'm so happy that I couldn't land into electronics, because I know how happy I was with my computer science specialization, and till date my computer science specialization helps me to do my day-to-day work, because whatever you learn in electronic specialization cannot be put into use directly into your day-to-day things. Not that it is underrated job, please don't get me wrong, but it's just that the supply of electronic graduates is much more than what the demand is in the market for ECE graduates, and that's the reality. What do you think your friends who get placed into HCL, Infi, TCS, Wipro and companies like these, what they actually do? What are their actual job profiles? They are mostly deployed into IT jobs. Companies hire them in bulk and then train them with computer science skills and then deploy them in IT related fields. And that's the truth. And believe me guys, at this point of time, you don't even know how it will feel to be working in a purely electronics kind of role. It's entirely different when you land in a job. I have seen people who landed in that kind of job and later switched to their IT careers, made their debut in IT career with a much lower salary after spending 2 years into ECE domain because they didn't like it, didn't want to pursue that, so they switched to IT domain. So I'm not saying that being into ECE is a bad thing or you have no career, nothing like that, but I'm just giving you a reality check. Before attaching your specialization to your ego, make sure that you explore everything well, you explore the opportunities well, you explore the options well, you understand the market and everything, and especially your interest, you should understand it. If you say that you are a ECE enthusiast and no matter what you want to just land into ECE kind of role, and then if you say that you want to land into telecom and semiconductor industry, that's not acceptable because that's like two industries that you are aware of. What about the rest of the industries which you are not aware about and you are claiming to be a ECE enthusiast? Both the industries, semiconductor and telecom, are so small, so niche and concentrated industries. They can't deploy all the graduates passing out from ECE specialization. You have to put effort towards finding out the other options. There are tons of options available, but I don't know why students just don't want to put any effort to explore those options. I want to encourage you all to think beyond, to explore yourself, and there is nothing which is not available on the internet. Okay, I know after this video people will send me 100 messages asking please suggest me an industry. Go and research for yourself. Everything is available on the internet. Please guys, put some effort. And to help you kickstart your exploration and discovery of more options for you, I have put together this exhaustive list. Please take a look and follow these companies and see if they have the job role which interests you. By no means I'm saying that this is the only list. There can be 100 other options as well. Please use this as a reference and put your efforts in the direction you want to see yourself working and thriving in future. This is just to help you to set the context so that you can start your search in the direction when you see some new names in the list which you have never thought about. It's not that you are not aware about those names or you have never heard those names before. It's just that you were not consciously thinking about them, that oh, these are also the companies I can apply for. So definitely you can apply for many companies. It's just that you have to explore those new domains or areas as well. So guys, those were my tips on choosing the right industry for you and what are the things that you should keep in mind while choosing the right industry for yourself. I hope you really enjoyed the video and found it helpful. Do let me know how did you like it and keep watching more content on this channel. I'll see you in my next video. Till then, stay safe and healthy. Take care. Bye.